Thanks for joining us on DXB today. Thanks for being with us throughout the show so far. It's a biohacking special for you today. Just how much has this wonderful city become a bit of a hub for all things biohacking? One of the questions we're putting to our guests, and joining us now, a dedicated specialist in breast cancer care, a nutritionist and a personal trainer. She's the founder of Longevity UK and co-founder of Zoe Me. Please welcome Harjit Bahia to the sofas here at DXB today. Harjit, thanks so much indeed for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Really kind of you to join us. We've taken on a lot of information.
Yeah.
We've heard about all the different techniques, we've heard about all the research, all the data in what is becoming a sort of something that people are understanding more and more. But how do you sort of filter through what works for you when there's such a wealth of information out there on biohacking?
Yeah.
How do you work out what's good for you?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I think the narrative out there is it makes positive health outcomes quite unattainable for people, because it's always do more, right? Yeah. And one of the biggest barriers that you have for these positive health outcomes is the fact that change is not easy. So just making that a lot more relatable, achievable, and then also finding what works for you through baseline health assessments. I think that's one of the things that we help clients do a lot, and we get a lot of clients that present to us that, quite frankly, they present confused. They're doing so many different things and they just need to dial it back a bit. And the first step for us is always doing the diagnostics, so doing some blood work, doing some imaging to figure out who are you, what is your body, what is the best thing that's going to work for you.
Harjit, Ellie mentioned a little bit earlier about the importance of keeping track, just so you can improve on whatever it is that you're practicing in order to attain that healthy lifestyle. So how important would you say it is to build a personal health database?
Yeah, if there's one thing that I quite often get asked, what's the one thing that I can do for my health? And following on from that, change is very difficult. So to say, you know, move more, eat better, and we all know these things. Actually, the one thing that you can start to do for yourself at any age is start to create a bit of a health database for yourself. That can be through yearly blood panels or I mean, executive health screenings. They're available everywhere now, through insurance as well. But just start to collect that data for yourself, so you're able to, in a couple of years' time, notice the trends that are going well, that are not going well, that would warrant early interventions for the chronic conditions that may arise.
So you spoke about the number one thing that people always ask you about, and we've discussed earlier that this happens to me too.
Yeah.
Like, I only have this, which one would I do? So longevity in general, what would be the number one tip for that from you? Like, if there's only one thing you can do,
yeah,
what would that be?
Honestly, I would say it's very difficult to pick
I know.
one.
I'm sorry.
Because when you start thinking
know.
about one, yeah, I would honestly say, just if you could do anything, is maybe just start to cook your own meals. That in itself takes away everything that comes with buying pre-made food, ordering food, the way that it's cooked, the source that it's from. I would suggest, yeah, just cooking your own food. You could make a massive change.
Amazing advice.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree.
Fantastic. So, I mean, we mentioned it earlier. I know, Ash, when you said like biohacking, it sounds so intrusive, and like people like kind of maybe might be worried about like taking the first steps. And I know when I first read about biohacking, I think it was the millionaire guy that's doing all these crazy procedures, and I was thinking, you know, this is something so futuristic that the normal person can't do. It's not obtainable for us. So what would you say is a great like first step to like introduce yourself to the idea of biohacking?
Yeah, I think just keep it simple, you know, don't overcomplicate it. We actually use a framework of 7 pillars: nutrition, movement, sleep, stress, community, and regeneration. Have a look at those pillars and just understand what is the low-hanging fruit in each of those pillars. And it could be in movement, just going for a walk. It could be cooking your own meals. It could be just for 1 week going to bed at the same time and waking up at the same time. Don't overcomplicate it, because honestly, there are so many advanced things that you can do when it comes to biohacking, but actually the fundamentals of the basics will never change. Eating well, moving more, sleeping, and unfortunately supplementing is something that people should do, because obviously the foods that we have, following on from the discussion earlier, they're not as nutrient dense anymore.
Sorry, just
That's okay.
interrupting. I'm jumping in there. That's very rude of me.
That's okay.
I'm going to get ahead of myself. I'm biohacking myself at the moment. Just reflecting on what you're saying there, and reflecting on what Ellie was saying as well about just that wealth of data. And data is great, and it's great to have that database, and it's great to see the science and the technology coming in as well. Can there be an argument of too much data as well?
Yeah.
Getting data anxiety almost.
Very much so. I mean, I am very careful with clients at recommending wearables, looking at their data too much, because quite often it can be damaging and it defeats the purpose of having it. So we're very careful in understanding, okay, what type of personality does this person have? If we give them an Oura Ring or a Whoop, are they going to be relentlessly checking it?
Yeah.
And quite often, just tune into your body. You know how you feel. You know how you feel after you've had a good night's sleep, and then by, you know, just do a bit of a hygiene check as to what you did the night before, and do those again. And if they work, then you've nailed good sleep hygiene.
Yeah.
And they're
So
not
yeah,
infallible, right?
Sorry?
Well, they're not infallible, these little trackers, because I get people always telling me, oh, I didn't sleep for 6 hours, but I know I slept for 8. Like, you know, like stuff, they believe the machine over their own body. They believe the technology over their own body, which is sometimes...
I've got a husband and wife friends who both have tracking rings.
Yes.
And they're saying that the first thing they do in the morning when they wake up now is
check
compare and see who's got the better sleep and who's
Yeah.
not had the better. And that anxiety is then sort of running with them from the beginning as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
interesting.
It's just a post, right? It's a signpost that tells you this is kind of where you are, look at overall, and then that's how you move forward, right?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
exactly.
Well, Harjit, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your insight on the matter. But now I believe it is time for DXB in 60, and I'm going to hand over to Ash.
Right. Are you ready for this, Ellie? Because we're going to ask you as many questions as possible, and you need to answer them within 60 seconds.
I will
all right?
do my best.
Fantastic. Okay, so your time starts now. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay.
Your motto in life and in work.
Helping people.
Top tip for long-term wellness.
Health.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
My family.
Your go-to place in Dubai to exercise.
Outside anywhere.
Your favorite ingredient in the kitchen.
Something spicy?
Your go-to or dream vacation destination.
Anything with mountains. I love climbing. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, go for
My
it.
time. No, I'm taking some of my time. Doing well.
Your favorite book, movie, or series.
What's it called? Westlife.
If you could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh my God. That's a really difficult one. I think my father.
One piece of advice you could share to our viewers right now.
Build muscles.
Finally, why Dubai?
Why not Dubai? There's so many reasons. There's just no other place like it in the world.
You've hacked this one. Well done, Ellie.
Thank you.
so much.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You have restored our belief in humanity.
Okay.
Bless you. Thanks so much indeed.
Appreciate
the
that.
restorer there. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
indeed. Thanks for
Thank you for having me.
Co-founding? No, co-hosting for us today. I've got two
Appreciate it.
founders alongside me. That's why we're all into the founding. And Harjit, thank you very much indeed
Thank
to you
you
for
for
being
having
with us. Really appreciate it. Right, do stick around. Please don't go anywhere, because coming up in a few moments' time, we're having some very special performances from a very special venue. Stay with us. All will be revealed next.
Guys, we're version 3. We're a Filipino band and we're based here in Dubai. We met each other here, of course, and yes, we just like to perform on stage and inspire you guys.
And also, it's our way to escape our work from hustle.
The hustle and the bustle.
Yes, and we're gonna showcasing our talent tonight. I would like to add also, I've started playing keyboard when I was 14. So to all the musicians watching out there, so it's not too late. You can start now. Do it now.
Yes, all aspiring. Do it now. And yes, speaking of can't wait, we can't wait to see you later. So stay tuned.